Our first clip of Urban Decay, a New York City McDonald's worker was shot over cold fries.
Yeah, New York City McDonald's worker shot over cold French fries, police say. And so the situation was a woman was in McDonald's. She got cold fries. She complained and said, please give me more fries, I think. The entire time she was complaining to the staff members. I think the staff members were a little bit disrespectful. You know, some sort of like, nah, just deal with it, you know. This woman started FaceTiming her felon son. Her felon son then came to the McDonald's and got in an argument with one of the main, I guess, workers there. The workers, they stepped outside to settle it, and this felon son shot the worker in the neck. He was in a coma for a while and is now dead.
Oof, I didn't know he died.
So cold French fries, yeah, he's dead. Well, shot in the neck. So cold French fries caused a homicide. I can't really even imagine what would happen if, say, the ice cream machine was broken. Pickles on a burger, you asked for no pickles in.
Fries is the line.
I think it would have been a crazy event.
Massacre. And then look at the headline, the second headline that New York Post put up.
This is the part that really kind of set us off and made us cover it. NYC McDonald's shooting could have been avoided with hot fries, says kin of suspect's girlfriend. So it's kind of like an interview with this woman, and she's going, yeah, this all could have been avoided with some hot fries.
It's like, yeah, I know he killed somebody and shot them in the neck, but...
Brought an illegal gun.
But it wasn't fully his fault. The fries were cold.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the guy who was robbing that Dollar General back in the day, and his family, he got shot and killed, and the family's like, he didn't have to shoot him. It's like, what are you talking about, guys?
Yeah.
And in other stories of mundane crimes leading to assaults and criminal stuff, there was a assault that happened in Rochester Hills Mire outside of Detroit. This woman was told she had too many items for self-checkout and was asked to go somewhere else. She did. Then she waited for the person who told her she had too many items to go on break, chased her, found her in the bathroom, kicked open the stall, grabbed her hair, yanked her around, beat her up, left a tuft of her hair. The scene was like a hair like on the ground. Nothing major here. Nobody shot in the neck, but these low thresholds for snapping, I think we're seeing more and more.
Yeah, exactly. Like the justification is now not normal. It's not, oh, I was assaulted and I had to defend myself, or, oh, someone broke into my house. It was the fries were cold, or someone told me to go on the other checkout line because I wasn't following the rules.
Yeah. So not the society I necessarily want to live in.
Yeah, exactly. Me neither, which is weird that we moved to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of that stuff exists here.
Time to go rural.
Yeah, soon. Next clip, 17-year-olds shooting each other in broad daylight, I believe, in New York.
Yeah, this is from NYPD. They're looking for tips. Crime Stoppers are looking for tips.
So they
just immediately start shooting.
They start shooting.
Another poor car driving past the gang war.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's like, if I had a gun, one of my biggest worries would be, like, if I were to say I was shooting it outside, where's the bullet going to go?
Where does it end?
Is it going to go into someone's house, into someone's window, into someone's car? And I would be very cognizant of that. I would be hyper-focused on making sure everyone's safe there. These guys get into a little scuffle, and they just start shooting ballpark. They're not even, like, aiming. And all those bullets are flying everywhere.
Yeah, houses. They're on some nice residential, not nice, but a residential block, right?
Yeah, so all those bullets that missed are going into people's houses. They don't even care. They have to go shoot somebody because they were talking shit on Facebook Live.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically what it comes down to.
Do you want to go to the other end of this with our next clip to where some of these stray bullets might end up?
Yeah, sure. Before we do, that last clip was from our friend Leroy Press. He's on Instagram. He's great. He has a ton of great clips in New York City. I've been getting so many good clips from him. Check him out.
So this was a woman who was shot in the face in Portland.
I'm so scared. I'm driving and I heard shots.
It's going to be okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Better make sure.
Somebody shot me into my car. That's so close.
Okay,
I don't know where
to relax. Okay, I know.
I don't know, my face somewhere.
You're bleeding.
All right,
stray bullet?
Yeah, stray bullet. Like, yeah, stray bullet. She
Stray
wasn't
bullet.
involved in some sort of beef. This wasn't like a
So
thing
she's
for
just
her.
some lady, and then she gets shot in the face because other people are dealing with their problems by recklessly shooting their guns.
Honestly, this could have been avoided if the French fries in Portland were all operating at 100%. I got to assume this is French fry related.
To assume it's French fry related as well.
But so, this is a graphic video of what happens, a woman shot in the face, right? But I think the more interesting part was the follow-up here. This was from Andy No. He was tweeting this. He said, Katie Guzenko narrowly survived being randomly shot in the face last month while driving in Portland. Yesterday, she testified to city council. And so, like, that's what you do. You're a victim of a crime. You say, guys, let's stop this, please.
This is what happened.
You be a beacon of, reason. But at the city council meeting, the mayor told her it's not realistic to expect any more than a 10% decrease in shootings, right?
Yeah.
And then you look at the shootings, the chart, year-to-date comparisons, January through June for the last 5 years, or 4 years, and it goes 200 approximately, 250 approximately. Then 2021, it gets to 582. And then 2022, it gets to 673. So from 2019 to 2022, shootings 4x.
The chart's going up.
The chart's going straight up, but we can't even do anything for a 10% decline.
Because we've already decided that we don't get people doing gun crimes.
So
we can't get mad. We can't get people arrested because it's probably racist.
yeah, something. The rules aren't just, and they have the right to send stray bullets right into your car, I guess.
Yeah, shoot lady in the face. Who knows? Maybe at some point in her life she said the N-word or something.
I would guess she did, and that's probably justified now. So
Yeah, so it's karma. Maybe that's just karma. Next clip, Seattle preacher has his Bible ripped up by a demon-possessed person.
Did you realize you just committed a hate crime against me by ripping up my Bible?
Sorry, what?
You just ripped up my Bible and you committed a hate
I
crime.
said, it says, ask me why you deserve to burn in hell.
Give me my Bible
And you're
back.
telling me about hate crimes?
Give me my Bible back.
Hi, Jesus here. We look like all the people now.
Sir, you just
Everyone
committed,
is Jesus.
You
That's
just
the
committed
point.
a hate crime.
Hi, everyone is Jesus. You're Jesus. That's the point. That was what Jesus
So
was
you
trying
just
to teach.
ripped up my Bible.
This person has an angry sign. He's surrounded by angry people. He's tired. He's hungry. He's cranky. He needs to go
Why
home.
don't you give me my Bible back?
Why? What did you do? Did you come up with a logical argument
Why
yet?
did you just rip it out of my Bible? Why
Did
did
you
you
come
just
up
do
with a
that? That's
logical
called a
argument
hate
yet?
crime.
It's not a hate crime.
Yes, it is. You hated me based upon my religion and you ripped up my Bible.
I don't hate you.
Yes, you do. Give me back my Bible. See?
No, I don't.
Give it back.
I don't hate you.
Give
Come
me
up with a
back
logical
my
argument.
scriptures. Those are my holy scriptures.
Come up
Give
with a
them back.
logical argument. Okay, we'll work on this later. I'll see you at
If you take that, you're going to get charged with a crime.
Who?
I'm trying to get into the police.
Kinnersley Livermore, 425-394-3377, integral person 1988 at gmail.com. Email, talk to me. See if you listen to my side of the story
There you
more
go.
than you listen to
We'll
the
turn
angry
that
man
into
of
the
the
police
side
and
that
let
says,
them know.
Ask me why you deserve
You
to
don't
burn
rip
in
up
hell."
people's religion. Would you do that to a Quran? Would you do that to the Quran?
Oh, now it's
Oh.
now it's become
You wouldn't have done that to a Quran, would you?
No, I'm trying to understand your emotional argument.
Would you have done that to a Quran, a Muslim man
Muslims?
reading his Quran? Would you have ripped up his Quran in half like that?
What's wrong with the Muslims?
Would you have ripped up a Muslim's Quran?
What's wrong with the Muslims?
Would you have taken the Muslim Quran and ripped it in half like you just did to me?
What's wrong with the Muslims?
You had no right to do that.
An emotional argument, and then he does he says, oh, it's an emotional argument, and then the guy who had his Bible ripped up asked, would you do this to a Quran?
Yeah.
The answer is definitely no.
the guy's face when he said, would you do this to Quran? He goes, he really had to think about it
Yeah.
and go like, obviously not. He wouldn't. You bully white Christians who you think are some sort of like hateful or weak and
Yeah.
won't do anything back because they're peaceful. You don't fuck with a group of Muslims.
And if you did, what would they do?
They'd start stomping you out on
They'd
sight.
stomp you out on sight. And when this guy ripped up the Bible, the guy who had his Bible ripped up kept saying, I'm going to report you to the police and charge you with a hate crime. We know that probably wouldn't go through.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have all this information. He read it out loud.
There was his email and phone number, I guess.
And then the police aren't going to do anything about it.
And this guy is clearly a dude who's wearing like leggings and has a she, her, hers pronoun pin on his thing. So he's got a new religion, this guy, and he hates Christianity. And
He's got the demons running his brain.
demons are in charge and he's getting puppeted.
And then, like he said, would you do this to a Quran? And the answer is no. And then he goes, what's wrong with the Muslims? What's wrong with the Muslims? Like trying to turn it into some like weird argument. And it's like, well, in the Quran, there's anti-LGBT stuff too.
Yeah, they'd throw you off a building, buddy.
Yeah.
You wear those pronoun pins.
Yeah, exactly. And
Pakistan.
they would do that right now today. And if you ripped up a Muslim person's Quran, it would probably get pretty ugly for you. Do you think the Seattle police, if a Muslim person beat up this guy for ripping up their Quran, would they let the Muslim guy go? Because he's on the totem pole of victimhood, kind of.
That's a very good question.
That's what I wonder. Because if this Christian guy punched this guy out, the Christian guy would go to jail, I think, and they would get him in trouble.
Maybe.
Because he attacked an LGBT person.
Probably.
A trans demon freak.
I think you should. I think if someone takes your Bible or anything like that and kind of rips it up, it's attack on sight.
I think that's justification.
I think there's a new precedent. Like, you can't take this. You can't take,
Yeah.
And
I think that's kind of the problem is we just let it go and then we say, oh, we're going to report you to the police. And the police don't do anything.
Yeah.
And then the Muslims, they don't follow that. They don't fuck on that.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy is a Muppet. You have his email and his, phone number now. So,
Yeah.
I'm not saying to do anything, but I'm sure he's gotten some action.
Yeah, he definitely has. All right, for our last clip of Urban Decay, a bus full of illegals gets dropped off in New York City. Look at this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8.
All men.
Just able-bodied men from Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, wherever
just
the hell.
dumped off the bus. Now they're in New York. Now they can go see Phantom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for them.
So there's
man.
a little bit of upside there.
You think they go straight to Hamilton or Phantom?
I think they go to Hamilton, Phantom. They get to Broadway, man. Nothing like it in the whole world. Maybe Broadway should open up their theaters.
Maybe we'll see some of these guys in a Justin Awad video in Times Square. They'll be hanging out.
Oh, man. The Justin Awad, we have like this bit we're trying to do of like the classroom that taught all the students in the Justin Awad videos.
Yeah. How many moons are there?
There are 6.
Good. Repeat after me, class. 6 moons.
How many days in a year? 1,000. 3 times 3 times 3. Nobody knows.
And the teacher just keeps saying yes.
That really might be what it is.
But yeah, just nothing but able-bodied men off the bus. They want them to be in rural Texas, I guess. They want them to be in small town USA, but now they're going to New York.
Which I'm not happy about because they're deeper in the country now.
This is like the biggest half-measure political ploy, and I'm happy to an extent that it's like sending a message, but ain't shit change.
And we're sending them deep into the country. It's harder to get them out.
Yeah. Obviously, we are a deport first podcast.
Yes.
Never get in the first place.
Yeah.
Especially able-bodied men just looking for a good job. Like, go improve your country. Go do something.
Yeah, exactly. If we take all the people from the countries that could have improved their countries, now their countries are not going to get improved longer. They're going to get worse, and then more people are going to come.
Yeah, the hard worker drain. Just like, oh, America.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, no, Guatemala doesn't need roads or anything. And then they say like, oh, but it's corrupt. Oh, there's gangs. There's whatever. It's like, fight them. Doesn't every country have to have their fight moment? Like their take it back from whatever? And what we were saying before about the green energy bill, everything is like, oh, infrastructure is green energy. Like the inflation bill is green energy. The semiconductor bill, yeah, there's some green energy in there too. The same thing is happening to the migrant crisis in terms of everything's a humanitarian issue. Like, oh, these are climate migrants. These are, oh, there's gangs there. There's this, there's hardship. Life's tough everywhere. And some countries obviously have it worse, right?
But just because you're geographically conveniently located somewhat near the southern border doesn't mean that, there's people that want to come from everywhere. These people traveled thousands of miles. So it's like you're not a refugee anymore. You're an economic migrant.
Exactly. And so everything comes down to, oh, it's a humanitarian issue, and that's how they get them in, and we've seen that before at the borders where people like NGOs or groups are like telling people like, say you're seeking asylum, do this. Like they tell them the rules so that they can skirt them or get as much leeway as they can. Yeah. And it's scumbag tactics. We need to close those loopholes. I don't know who likes mass unfettered immigration other than global billionaire elites who run countries and who think they can import voters.
Yeah, I think it's like the long game for the Democrats because they know that there's not much children making on their side. So then long term, they'll have these people here who one side will say deport them, the other side will say give them all the rights and everything they need and all the resources they need. So then they kind of have them in the palm of their hand, the Democrats do, where it's like, hey, vote for us, you'll get free healthcare, you'll get education, you'll be a citizen, or if you don't vote for us, the Republicans will get power and then you'll get deported.
Yeah. I mean,
Obviously.
it's pretty simple. Yeah.
It's very simple math when you do it.